we know plenty of you are going to be coming out to the track, and so we brought in an expert to help you out with your picks today.
Yeah, we got Churchill Downs expert Joe Kristufek with us this morning. We're glad you're with us, Joe. You were out here with us last year, and you really have some expert advice for folks, and really that expert knowledge that most casual race watchers are not going to have. So we appreciate you being here. We're going to talk about the Oaks first.
Yes,
okay, coming up later this evening. Who's standing out in the field to you right now?
Well, Good Cheer's the favorite. I believe 4-5, which is less than even money. That's a huge public favorite right now. She's the horse to beat. I like Quiet Side. Post position number 14. She's got some tactical speed. She won the Fantasy in her most recent start in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Showed a lot of grit, beat a nice horse in Simply Joking. And I think she's going to be 6 or 8 to 1. Good Cheer's the horse to beat, but this is a gambling game, so I'm going to go with the better price.
There we go. So let's talk a little bit about the situation that we're going to see later on today. There is a chance for rain, so when you're taking in all your details, you're taking a look at what you want to make as your pick, how do you weigh up a wet race versus a dry race?
Yeah, that's tough because, you got to kind of make that last-minute decision on the fly. So when I make final selections, I try to go with a horse that I think can handle both, handle all circumstances, isn't track dependent, isn't surface dependent. And I think Quiet Side might benefit from an off track because she's got tactical speed. She's going to be up close. She's got an outside post. Probably not going to get any mud in her face if that's the case, which I think if you're running in a race that could play into your favor.
Yeah. There's clearly a lot of detail that goes into this kind of analysis, but is there one thing, especially for the folks who are just kind of at home watching the race, one factor that you would recommend looking at, one that sails above the others?
Yeah, I think if you're looking at any past performances, they all have speed figures, right? It's a bold number. The higher the number, the better. If you see speed figures that are high and progressively getting better, I think that's the first indicator of a horse that A, has enough talent, is fast enough, that keeps getting better, that can maybe peak on Oaks or Derby Day.
Let's go ahead and switch over to Derby because you mentioned it. Journalism, the favorite. Sandman is not far behind in the betting odds right now, but he's coming out of the dreaded 17. So, I mean, how are you feeling going into this? Do you think we may finally see somebody win out of 17 this year?
Well, Sandman is gray. Sandman has a whole Metallica tie-in. Sandman has a social media influencer with 7 million followers. That's why he's the second choice. And he's got a good resume, but he's lacking a little bit upstairs.
Okay.
I don't know how well that's going to play with 150,000 people at Churchill. He can win. He's got the stamina. He's got the credentials, but I'm a little bit against him. Journalism checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
And when you see a favorite in a 20-horse field that's 7 to 2, 4 to 1, and a horse of that quality pays $9 or $10 to win, sometimes you just take it. He's the horse to beat. I like Burnham Square as my long shot. Horse has got a bunch of pent-up energy. I think a 1.25 miles is going to be no problem for him. He really seems to be training well, and he won the Bluegrass at Keeneland last out. Absolutely relentless in doing so. So I like Burnham Square and Journalism. I'm going to predict on the show a dead heat between the two.
All right.
It's never going to happen, but if it does,
he's calling his shots
I really
here.
look like the man.
Wow. Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, Joe, thank you so much for stopping by this morning.